The Wire is brought to you by Resora. Elevate your real estate marketing with Resora. Effortlessly design, manage, and automate stunning email and social campaigns with our intuitive platform built for real estate. Say goodbye to complex marketing. Get started with your free account today at Resora.com. And by Notebook LM by Google. Unlock the power of your information with Notebook LM. Upload your documents and instantly access an expert AI that answers your questions, summarizes key points, and generates insights, all based on your specific sources. Become a knowledge master with Notebook LM. Try it now at notebooklm.google.
All right, let's dive into some big real estate news from last week.
Yeah, there were some big changes, especially for agents working with teams and buyers.
Okay, so let's start with NAR's new rules about buyer agreements.
You mean the sign before touring rule?
Yeah, exactly that one.
Yeah, it's a pretty big change.
Especially since it includes virtual tours, too.
Right, like even FaceTime.
Yeah.
Leslie Mucha, she's NADR's general counsel, and she's saying this helps make sure everyone's on the same page about how agents get paid right from the start.
That makes sense, but will that scare away some clients?
Yeah, I mean, some agents are trying out touring agreements instead.
What's that?
It's like a less formal agreement, but it still says how the agent will get paid even for those first few meetings and tours.
So they're kind of finding a balance between providing great service and making sure their business is protected.
Exactly.
Speaking of balancing acts, social media is a great way to get leads,
Right.
but there are a lot of legal things to watch out for.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I saw this video from NAR with Chloe Hecht.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
She's senior counsel at NAR, and she had some good tips on this in her Window to the Law video.
For sure.
Like she said, it's really important to use the realtor trademark the right way.
Yeah, especially on social media.
Like I think she said @Jane Realtor is okay, but not @Jane's Realtor.
Right. It's all about making sure the brand stays strong.
Yeah. It's kind of like how some agents use top producer.
Right.
It's fine to talk about your accomplishments, but you have to use the trademark the right way.
Or you can get in trouble. Yeah.
And we all love those pretty pictures for our listings,
Of course.
but we have to be careful about copyright.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
We need to get permission to post photos that we didn't take ourselves.
Absolutely. Always get it in writing.
It's easy to forget the legal stuff when you're caught up in the visual side of things.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and what about Article 12 of the Realtor Code of Ethics?
Right. Honesty and being transparent are really important online.
So that means no posting listings without permission from the listing agent and no misleading photos.
Yep. Your online presence is a reflection of your professional reputation.
And that's super important to protect.
Exactly.
Okay, let's switch gears for a minute and talk about real estate teams.
Okay, sure.
I was reading 2 articles from Rise Media last week, and they were really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
One was about how teams are becoming more like mini businesses, and the other was about how important good leadership is for teams.
I can see that.
It's amazing how much more complex teams are getting.
Yeah.
Of all their different roles and all the marketing they're doing.
Right. It's not just a group of agents working together anymore.
Like the Greco Group, they have a whole team with people for everything.
Wow.
Buyers, marketing, you name it.
It sounds like a well-oiled machine.
But the bigger the team, the more important the leadership is, right?
Definitely.
Jason Mitchell from the Jason Mitchell Group talked about this.
Yeah, he's a great leader.
He said things like empathy, communication, and adaptability are really important.
That makes sense. It takes more than just knowing how to do a deal to manage a whole team.
Especially a team with all kinds of different personalities and experience levels.
Right.
You have to be able to motivate them and get them all working toward the same goal.
Absolutely.
And we can't forget about giving our team members real value.
Oh, yeah. That's how you keep good people.
Like by helping them get leads and giving them opportunities to learn and grow.
Exactly. Make it a win-win for everyone.
Okay, so that's teams. And now HOAs.
Ah, yes. HOAs.
Seems like HOAs are more and more common these days.
Definitely. Like over 75 million Americans live in HOA communities.
Wow, so we need to be able to guide buyers and sellers through those transactions.
Right.
That Housing Wire article on HOA covenants was really helpful.
It's not just about paint colors and pets.
Right. It's about how the rules affect property values and how people can live in their homes.
Yeah, you have to know the rules.
What if your client loves a place and then finds out their business is against the rules?
Oh, that would be bad.
And it's not enough to just know the rules ourselves
Right. You have to be able to explain them to clients.
and see problems coming.
Yep. And help them through the whole process.
Be more than just someone who helps them sign papers.
Exactly. You have to be a trusted advisor.
Right, like a real estate detective uncovering all the hidden details.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And that attention to detail is especially important when you're looking at legal documents.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like CC&Rs and bylaws.
And speaking of legal stuff, NAR has been working hard to protect property rights
Uh-huh.
and make sure realtors who work with VA buyers are paid fairly.
That's great. They're really advocating for us.
They're not just reacting to changes, they're trying to shape the future of real estate.
That's great.
And they're using research to back it all up.
Oh, yeah.
Their chief economist, Lawrence Yun, and their vice president of demographics and behavioral insights, Jessica Lautz.
I've heard of them.
They're giving us all this data and analysis
That's so helpful.
so we can understand the market and make good decisions.
It's like having a whole team of experts on your side.
That brings us back to staying ahead of the curve.
Right.
Remember NAR's year in review report?
Yeah.
It talked about all the big stuff that happened last year
Right. Like the Sitzer-Burnett settlement.
and the new rules for residential practice.
It's so important to keep learning and growing in this business.
Absolutely.
Nenner's got those resources, like Facts.Realtor and free ABR courses.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to take advantage of them.
It's like investing in yourself.
Right. The more you know, the better you'll be able to navigate all the changes in real estate.
And speaking of investing in success, remember those awesome teams we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
They're not just relying on their own skills.
Nope.
They're using technology to make everything run smoother.
That's smart.
It's a game changer to be able to customize all these different tech tools.
Definitely.
Teams can pick and choose what works best for them.
Like building your own toolbox.
And it's not one size fits all anymore.
Right. You can create a workflow that helps you be more productive and keep your clients happy.
But technology changes so fast, we have to stay informed.
Oh, yeah.
That's where things like the YPN blog come in.
The YPN blog.
Yeah, they have great advice for young professionals.
Oh, cool.
Like their recent article on time management for people with ADHD.
Oh, yeah.
Time management is so important in real estate.
I know. There's always something to do.
So we have to be organized and focused.
Definitely.
It's all about finding the strategies that work for you,
Right.
like setting boundaries or using time blocking.
Where apps.
Yeah, the important thing is to be proactive and plan your time.
I like that.
And, even the best agents and teams have challenges.
Oh, for sure.
The YPN blog also talks about imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, that feeling like you're not good enough.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely felt that.
And the pressure to look perfect online.
It's a lot.
It's good to remember that everyone struggles sometimes.
Yeah. It's normal.
It's important to have people who support you and to keep trying to learn and grow.
Yeah. Surround yourself with good people and find some mentors.
And think of every challenge as a chance to get better.
I like that.
Speaking of opportunities, NAR's Good Neighbor Awards are accepting applications now.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's amazing to see all the realtors doing great things for their communities.
Yeah. It shows what our profession is really about.
We're not just closing deals.
Right. It's about building relationships and making communities better.
The Good Neighbor Awards show everyone who's living up to those values.
That's great.
It reminds us that success isn't just about money.
Right.
It's about using what we have to make a positive impact.
That's a good point.
And that leads us to something important. All this information is great,
Right.
but it only matters if we actually do something with it.
Okay, so how do we apply all this to our businesses?
Right. What actions can we take to improve what we do and help our clients? Well, we could make sure our buyer agreements are clear about virtual tours.
Okay.
Or we could check our social media for any trademark or copyright problems.
Yeah, good idea.
Or we could even think about how to use NAR's research in our market analysis presentations.
No, that's interesting.
We could also talk to a successful team leader
Yeah.
and get advice on how to build a better team structure.
I like that.
It's all about learning and growing. Real estate is constantly changing,
That's for sure.
so we have to adapt to be successful.
Yep.
Even small changes can make a big difference.
Totally. It can help your business and make you feel more satisfied.
So let's challenge our listeners. What's one thing you can do this week?
To put what you've learned into action.
Exactly. It could be something small, like updating your social media,
Or something big.
or something big, like changing how your team communicates.
Whatever it is, just commit to doing it.
Take what you know and make it work for you.
And watch your career take off.
That's a great way to end this part of our deep dive.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep learning.
We're all in this together. Share your thoughts, celebrate your wins, and never stop learning.
And check out NARA's Year in Review report.
It's full of great information about trends and where the industry's headed.
That's a great resource.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with more insights to help you stay ahead of the game.
Until then, keep raising the bar and making your mark on the world of real estate.
Yeah, it's like being a real estate detective.
Uh-huh. You have to find all those little details that could make or break a deal.
And those details are even more important when you're looking at those legal documents.
Oh, definitely, like CC&Rs and bylaws.
Speaking of legal stuff, NARA's been in the news a lot lately,
Oh, yeah.
fighting to protect property rights
That's good.
and making sure realtors get paid fairly when they work with VA buyers.
They're really doing a lot for us.
It's impressive.
It is.
They're not just sitting around waiting for things to happen. They're
Oh.
trying to make things better.
I like that.
And they're using research to support their efforts. That's smart.
You know, Lawrence Yun, their chief economist,
Mm-hmm.
and Jessica Lautz, she's the vice president of demographics and behavioral insights.
Okay. Yeah.
They're giving us so much valuable data
Yeah, it's really helpful.
so we can understand the market and make smart choices.
It's like having a whole team of experts in your corner.
Right back to staying ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
That NA Year in Review report,
Oh, yeah. What about it?
it talked about all the big milestones from last year.
Like what?
The Sitzer-Burnett settlement
Oh, right.
and the new rules for residential practice.
It just shows how important it is to keep learning.
Totally.
And AIR is doing a lot to help us with things like Facts.Realtor and those free ABR courses.
Yeah.
We have to take advantage of that stuff.
It's an investment in your success.
Totally. The more you know, the better you'll do.
And speaking of success, those high-performing teams we were talking about,
Uh-huh.
they're not just relying on individual talent.
Nope.
They're using technology to make everything work better.
The way they can customize all these tech tools now is amazing.
Yeah, it's like a whole new world.
It's not one size fits all anymore.
Right. You can choose what works best for your team.
Create a smooth workflow that helps you be more productive and keep your clients happy.
Yeah, that's the goal.
But technology changes so fast,
It does.
we have to keep up.
Definitely. How do you do that?
Well, the YPN blog is a good resource.
Yeah.
They have great advice for young professionals.
Like what?
They had a great article recently about time management for people with ADHD.
Oh, that's interesting.
Time management is so important in real estate.
I know. You're always on the go.
So we need to find ways to stay organized and focused.
Definitely.
It's all about finding what works for you.
Right.
Maybe it's setting boundaries or using time blocking techniques.
Or apps.
Yeah, there are so many tools out there.
It's amazing.
The key is to be proactive and make a plan for your time.
I like that.
And, you know, even the best agents and teams struggle sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
The YPN blog talks about imposter syndrome.
What's that?
It's that feeling like you're not good enough.
Oh, yeah. I've totally felt that.
And the pressure to look perfect online,
The social media can be tough.
it can be a lot to handle.
It is.
It's good to remember that we all go through tough times.
Yeah, we're all human.
It's important to have a good support system.
Definitely. And keep learning and growing.
Surround yourself with positive people, find mentors, embrace the learning process.
I like that.
And speaking of opportunities,
Yeah.
NAIR's Good Neighbor Awards are taking applications now.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's inspiring to see so many realtors making a difference in their communities.
Yeah, it's really heartwarming.
It shows that our profession is about more than just closing deals.
Right. We're building relationships, making communities better.
The Good Neighbor Awards recognize the people who are really living those values.
It's a great way to highlight the good work that realtors are doing.
It reminds us that success isn't just about money. It's about using our platform to make a positive impact.
That's a powerful message.
And that brings us to something really important.
What's that?
All this information we've been talking about,
Yeah.
it's only valuable if we actually use it.
That's right. We have to put it into action.
So let's shift our focus from absorbing information to applying it.
Okay, so how do we do that?
What are some concrete steps we can take today to improve our businesses and better serve our clients?
We could double check our buyer agreements.
Make sure they're clear about virtual tours.
Yeah, and look at our social media too.
Make sure there aren't any trademark or copyright problems.
Right, and think about NAR's research.
How can we use that in our market analysis presentations?
Good question. And what about reaching out to a successful team leader?
Oh, yeah.
Get some advice on building a strong team.
I love that it's all about learning and growing.
Yeah, the real estate industry is always changing.
We have to be ready to adapt.
Absolutely. And those little changes,
It can make a big difference.
they can improve your business and make you feel more fulfilled.
So let's challenge our listeners one last time.
Okay.
What's one thing you can do this week?
To use what you learn from our deep dive.
It could be simple,
Like updating your social media?
Or it could be a bigger project.
Like changing how your team communicates?
Whatever it is, just make a commitment
Take action, take what you know,
and make it work for you.
and watch your real estate career soar.
That's a great way to wrap things up.
I agree.
Remember, we're all in this together. Share your ideas, celebrate your successes, and never stop learning.
And don't forget about NADAR's Year in Review report.
It's a great resource for understanding the trends and where the industry is going.
It really is.
Thanks for joining us on our deep dive into real estate news.
That was fun.
We'll be back next week with more insights to help you stay ahead of the curve.
Until then, keep raising the bar and making your mark on the real estate world.
Hey there, thanks for tuning into The Wire. If you're enjoying the show and want to help us keep bringing you the latest in real estate, visit us at thewire.fm and click the Support the Wire button in the main navigation. Your support makes all the difference. Thank you. The Wire has been brought to you by Resora. Elevate your real estate marketing with Resora. Effortlessly design, manage, and automate stunning email and social campaigns with our intuitive platform built for real estate. Say goodbye to complex marketing. Get started with your free account today at resora.com. And by Notebook LM by Google. Unlock the power of your information with Notebook LM. Upload your documents and instantly access an expert AI that answers your questions, summarizes key points, and generates insights, all based on your specific sources. Become a knowledge master with Notebook LM. Try it now at notebooklm.google.